If you believe that the election was stolen, fine, make your case. And then let's move on to why Ed Martin is a good choice. And then let's move on to what's going on with the budget and the other things that matter to the majority. But to bail, what a punk-ass move that is, to do something like that. And it is a great indication of where we are today, that these men and women are more afraid of getting caught saying something that will offend the president than any kind of duty, any kind of morality, any kind of philosophy, any kind of principle that they want you to believe they're about. They're about nothing but fealty.
Now listen, if you learn one thing today, Chris Cuomo wants you to know that the last thing you do is stand him up on his show, especially without an apology.
I wanted to talk about it tonight and other things with a guy I really liked bringing on. Let me make sure his guy didn't text me with some kind of apology before I bash him. Nope, good. Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. I used to have him on. I like his folksiness. I like his hair. I like the way he discusses things and mocks certain things. Well, then he went kind of full MAGA. I don't know about that. I think that he makes a good case on a lot of things. And I think he has a real populist feel for himself. He hears that I'm talking about Peters. They pull him out. He doesn't even call me himself. He just bails, Mr. Man's man, Mr. I'm a straight shooter, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do. Then it comes time to speak truth to power, and he bails 5 minutes before the TV show, which is very poor form. I've been in this business a really long time. And nobody does that unless they're a coward. And now, look, you can go on Newsmax and you can go on Fox and you can badmouth me. I'm giving you an opportunity to come on here and have a conversation, all right? I'm not here to smash and bash. I lay out things as plainly as possible.
I think calling Kennedy a punk ass and doing a pretty good impression of his hokey, over-the-top cadence is laying things out pretty plainly. So all I'm waiting for is the response from the senator that's probably going to be full of all the Southern metaphors that he can dig up.
All right, and I hope this clip gets out there and gets spread around. And I hope Kennedy has the dignity and the integrity to reach out to me to explain this. Tell me how I have it wrong. Because you bail on my show because you're too much of a coward to make a case, unless you're on Fox News getting some laugh track behind you when you're talking about these talking points. It's not what this country's supposed to be about. It's not what our confrontational process of politics is supposed to be about. It's not what we're supposed to be about. It's BS. And if we don't expose it, we don't condemn it, and we don't say we demand better, and we're going to go after the people who don't do it, it will never get anywhere but here. I have no problem with the President of the United States having any kind of opinion that he wants about what happened in the election. But when he weaponizes public officials, when he perverts and distorts facts because of some misplaced sense of personal favor, it's killing us.
So you heard Cuomo talking about election lies and Trump using other public officials to progress his dishonest political agenda. All this started with Trump calling for the release of election clerk turned criminal Tina Peters. Radical left Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser ignores illegals committing violent crimes like rape and murder in his state and instead jailed Tina Peters, a 69-year-old Gold Star mother who worked to expose and document Democrat election fraud. Tina is an innocent political prisoner being horribly and unjustly punished in the form of cruel and unusual punishment. This is a communist persecution by the radical left Democrats to cover up their election crimes and misdeeds in 2020. The same Democrat Party that flashed to El Salvador to try to free an MS-13 terrorist is cruelly imprisoning, perhaps for life, a grandmother whose brave and heroic son gave his life for America. Colorado must end this unjust incarceration of an innocent American. I am hereby directing the Department of Justice to take all necessary action to help secure the release of this hostage being held in a Colorado prison by the Democrats for political reasons. Free Tina Peters now. So first off, a Republican DA is who prosecuted and tossed Tina Peters' ass in jail because it was an open and shut case where she kicked and screamed and disrespected our brave law enforcement officers all along the way.
Let go of me! Let go of me! Let go of me! Oh no! Let go of me! my key. Oh.
You understand?
Stop it.
Sorry.
No, let's go of me. Yes, you are, Caleb. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give me my key to my car. Give it to me. Give me my key.
Step outside.
Take my purse.
And since they didn't treat her the way that they treat really any other person that would be kicking for crotch shots at the cops, she carried that privileged attitude all the way up to the judge, too.
Eyes to the community are what they are, but your reputation at this point is poor because of what you've done here and after. Your lies are well documented, and these convictions are serious. I'm convinced you would do it all over again if you could. You're as defiant as a defendant as this court has ever seen. You don't have those histories of drug and alcohol abuse. There's no lifetime of trauma, not even close to the type of mitigating circumstances I would see from many folks who sit in that chair. No, to the contrary, Ms. Peters, you are a privileged person. You are as privileged as they come. And you use that privilege to obtain power, a following, and fame. And to be sure, there's no doubt in my mind that it's exactly what you wanted, and it defies all sense of common sense to believe when you suggested to me a few moments ago that you didn't want this attention. No, you crave it, ma'am. And there is no one in this courtroom who would consider that to be anything other than the absolute truth. There are many things in my mind that are crystal clear about this case. You are no hero, you abused your position, and you're a charlatan who used and is still using your prior position in office to peddle a snake oil that's been proven to be junk time and time again. In your world, it's all about you.
All those toxic traits that are part of Tina Peters' DNA is exactly why the president is focused on demanding his DOJ find a way to get her out of jail. And the first part of Chris Cuomo's monologue, before the punk-ass part, disagreed with their conduct so much, he figured that was the reason that Kennedy tucked tail and ran like a new puppy at Christy Nome's ranch.
When it's about undermining confidence in our ability to hold free and fair elections, and our elected leaders wanting to duck that conversation, the job is to not just expose that, but extirpate it from the record of what is reality, literally pull it out, show it to you, and throw it away. And that's what this BS about Tina Peters being a political prisoner is. BS. And he's going back to this bullshit, blaming the Attorney General. Why? Because he's a Democrat. But the case wasn't brought by the AG. Google it. Just Google it. The case was brought by the Mesa County District Attorney. Yeah, the AG was coordinating, but that happens all the time. It was a Republican who brought this case. Why? Because it was a no-brainer. I wonder why Trump doesn't mention that to you. You know why? Because the DA is one of his own, and he wants to make this about the other party coming after him, and Trump is willing to go there no matter what it takes. The president is targeting this case. Why? Because he likes election deniers, okay? And that's why those who want to please Trump traffic in this tripe, and they should know better.